Students, in today's class, I will going to discuss about the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte in France. This topic is also discussed as the Napoleonic era, which starts from 1799 AD and ended in the year 1815 AD. French Revolution has produced a great hero and one of the military dictator and a great administrator. For more than 15 years, he was the most important figure in Europe, or he became one of the important figure for about 15 years throughout the Europe. He was none other than Napoleon Bonaparte. The period from 1799 to 1815 AD is called as Napoleonic era. Means for about 15 years Napoleon dominated over the polity and mainly over the polity of Europe. Here once Napoleon called himself as the child of French Revolution because French Revolution gave an opportunity to Napoleon to rule over France. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸಿನ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯು ನಡೆಯದೇ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಮೂಲತಃ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸಿನವನಲ್ಲ, ಅವನು ಇಟಲಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿದವನು, ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ ನಾಗರಿಕ. ನಂತರ ಅವನು ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಪಡಿತಾನೆ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೈನ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಸಿಗ್ತದ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವನು ಏನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಳಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಡಿಕ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಬ್ಬ ಏನು ಸರ್ವಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚೂರು ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನು. He granted liberty, then equality to the people. He maintained all those virtues which were attained by the people through the French Revolution. The directory government which came to power after the revolution failed to solve the problems of the people, or directory government failed to rule properly. So Napoleon took the charge of French government. ಯಾವಾಗ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದುರ್ಬಲಗೊಳ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭವನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ created an opportunity to Napoleon Bonaparte to rule over France as a military dictator. This Napoleon was born in the island of Corsica on 15th August 1769. His parents were Count Charles Bonaparte and Laetitia Romalina. During his childhood, he cultivated self-confidence, an ability to work hard, and immense confidence. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದ, ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್, ಎಂಬಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇನ್ಕಲ್ಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. He was educated in the military school of France on scholarship. By birth he was a genius, very talented boy and also ambitious, and because of his nature he received a scholarship and also studied in the military school of France. He took keen interest in the study of military sciences. ಬಾಲ್ಯದಿಂದಲೇ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸೈನಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು. At the age of 16 he joined the French army as an artillery officer. At the age of 16 he joined the French army as an artillery officer. Because of his ability, he rose from post to post, or from position to position. During the French Revolution of 1789, he proved his talent by suppressing two rebellions ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಏನು ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಒಬ್ಬ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಆಡಳಿತ ಇತ್ತು, ಡೆಸ್ಪಾಟಿಕ್ ರೂಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಇದ್ದ. ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಿ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನರೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ actually participated in the revolutionary activities. Here, the outbreak of the French Revolution offered him a wider field for his ambitions and energy. In 1796, the Directory government appointed Napoleon as the commander of the French army in Italy. Here, a force of French army was kept in Italy. In the year 1796, the Directory government appointed Napoleon as the commander of that French forces in Italy. His Italian campaign was a great success. In Italy, Napoleon proved his ability as a military commander of the French army. He defeated Sardinians and later Austrians. Napoleon started redrawing the map of Europe through his conquest. Through his conquest, he annexed the boundaries of France, and with this, he started the work of redrawing the map of Europe. Here, a Directory government of 5 members ruled France from 1795 to 1799. Here, the Directory government was overthrown in the year 1799 because it failed to rule effectively or to solve the problems of the people or to satisfy the needs of the people. So because here the Directory government failed to provide the country with political stability, it also failed to establish that political stability in France. Thus, here Napoleon established the rule of consulate government in France. After overthrowing the Directory government, the consulate government was formed under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte. This consulate government consisted of 3 consuls. Here Napoleon became the first consul himself. He became the first consul, and he was assisted by 2 other consuls. They were Abbassius and Ducos. Here Napoleon Bonaparte, Abbassius and Ducos, 3 came together and formed the government of consulate in the year 1799. Here Napoleon Bonaparte, he became the first consul of France. He became the first consul of France. ಇಲ್ಲಿ consul ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ರಾಯಭಾರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ರಾಯಭಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ತರ ರಾಯಭಾರಿ. So here this Napoleon Bonaparte, he became the first consul and had practically exercised absolute powers. Thus, France remained a republic only in name. Still, France was a republic. After the revolution, republican government was established in France, and when consulate government was formed or started in France, still this France remained as a republic, but only in name. In reality, Napoleon was virtually a sovereign, or he became a military dictator, or he enjoyed sovereign authority or powers. Napoleon declared himself as an emperor by a plebiscite in 1804. From 1799 to 1804, Napoleon ruled over France as a consul. But in 1804, he passed or declared a plebiscite, and according to that plebiscite, he declared himself as an emperor of France. He carried out a number of reforms both in domestic and foreign affairs. After becoming the consul and also emperor of France, he introduced various reforms. both domestic and foreign. These reforms have made his name immortal. Mainly here the various reforms were introduced by Napoleon between 15 years made his name immortal. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ 15 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗಳಂತಂದ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳಂತಂದ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಅಮರವಾಗಿ ಉಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗೆ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಏಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಅನೇಕ ರೀತಿಯ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾನೆ. And that is discussed as the domestic reforms of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon ತಂದಂತಹ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ domestic reforms. The most of the reforms of Napoleon Bonaparte were carried out during the consulate government. ಅವನು ಆರಂಭದ ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1799 to 1804 he brought various changes in the internal affairs of France. His administration led to the effective reconstruction of France. He brought various changes in the administration, and those reforms or changes resulted in the effective reconstruction of France. He introduced some of the revolutionary changes in France. So following were some of the domestic reforms or internal changes which were introduced by Napoleon Bonaparte. Here first one we have administrative reforms. Administrative changes or reforms which were introduced by Napoleon in France. Napoleon centralized the entire system of administration. He centralized the entire system of administration. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರದ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕೃತವಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಎಲ್ಲವೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕೃತಗೊಳ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ emperor was the supreme authority over all powers or all departments etc. Here he centralized all power in himself. The local government was put in charge of prefects, and these prefects were also appointed by Napoleon himself. Prefects means government officers to look after various departments of local self-government, and those prefects were also appointed by Napoleon himself. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಧಿಕಾರದ ದುರ್ಬಳಕೆ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಟ್ಟುನಿಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. Here the government was prompt and efficient. The government which was established by Napoleon was prompt and efficient one. It was supported by an efficient police force, a loyal army, and a rigid press censorship. He also developed the office of the Secretariat of State. Secretariat of State, on the office Secretariat of State to a new level. In his administration, he gave more emphasis for equality. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸಿನ ಜನರು ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ವಂಚಿತರಾಗಿದ್ರು. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಸಮಾನತೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧವೇ ಅವರು ಹೋರಾಟವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇನ್ಇಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿಯ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗಿವನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಂಫಸೈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ desire of the people. So he established or introduced various administrative reforms on the principle of equality. This is about administrative reforms. Next we have other reforms of Napoleon, and that is I will going to discuss in the next class.